Welcome, everybody, my achievers, my beauties. Hi, Kelly. Kelly just joined us. I am Vanessa Raymond, your confidence and success coach, author, and speaker, and so excited to be here with you on this Monday for our accountability and success call. Welcome, everybody. So good to see you. Hello, Kelly. How are you, baby girl?
Good. Sorry, Ryland's at home sick today, so
Oh, I'm sorry. A little
he was
cold.
showing me his game. No, he's stomach ache. He's got some challenges happening right now.
So it goes with the kiddos, huh? All right. So today, let's start by today, I want to start by everyone sharing with me a win that they've had in the last week or two or month. What comes to mind? Oh my gosh, Mythica's ready. Let's go, Mythica. Let's start with you. Big win.
I sold $1,500 worth of Organite in 2 hours.
Okay, so hold on. Now you got to share. How did you do that?
Basically, I have a mold with hands that are like this, and I made a pair of hands that were going to be just for me. And so I put into it stuff that was way more expensive than I would have given options even for a client.
Wow.
Like natural citrine from Africa that is from mines that you can't get it from anymore. You know, just stuff that was really kind of high end. And I brought it with me to a meeting with other women who were doing a co-working. And the person was like, "Oh my God, I love those hands. I have to have them." And I was like, well, the last pair sold for $333.33, and you're going to have to offer me like way more. So just in my head, I was like, if they offer 500, I'll take it. So she offered 500.
Oh, wow.
And then the next person who came in touched the hands, and she had this whole experience where she cried. Like, she touched them and she just started getting super emotional and just crying. And she's like, "I have to have these hands." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, she just bought them." And the other person was like, "I am not giving these up." And she goes, "Oh, okay, how much are the hands?" And I was like,
500.
500. And she goes, "Oh, I thought it was going to be more than that." And I was like, I mean, I probably could have asked for more.
That's okay.
And because I did a video right before I went to the meeting, pulling all of my product out of the molds, $500 more sold on my drive from the studio to the meeting.
Wonderful, Mythica. Congratulations. That is wonderful, wonderful. Love your work, girl, and just love your generosity. That's awesome. Hi, Kim. Hi, Anne. Welcome, ladies. We are sharing big win for the last week or two or month, whatever comes to mind for the last month. Who wants to go next? Your big win. Kelly.
First off, hi, Mythica. I love your hands because they are amazing. A big win. So I got a new NLP client at my new raised rate, which is $2,500 for 10 sessions. And then I also had a woman reach out to help build her website. So I got a new helping build website client as a nonprofit. So I'm not charging her nearly as much because I get it. But it's pretty cool to be on the flip side, because I feel like people ask me the same questions that I'm asking her about her website, because she's like where I was 3 years ago. And so being on the flip side of being able to help other nonprofits and then still make money off of it is pretty exciting. So those are my two wins.
All right, fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank
Who
you.
wants to go next? David?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Right up here. See that?
Oh, yeah. Oh
So
my
that's,
gosh.
I
Human
got that.
movement specialist.
That's a year course I took. It took me a year to complete that, but human movement. So that allows me to do corrective exercises and more corrective exercises than I was
Can you
able to
say
do
what it was?
before.
I couldn't read it.
It's a
Uh,
human movement specialist.
Specialist. Yeah.
Congratulations. That is also a huge, huge win, a huge accomplishment that took you a year. Wonderful. Fantastic, David. So happy for you. Kim, do you want to share your win?
Sure. Hello, everybody. And Kelly, I hope your fundraiser went very well and my earrings were able to contribute to that, and sweet. And I have to see your hands at the next meeting, Mythica. I just have to see your hands. Not in addition to these. So some wins. Several different focuses. For the Victorian Elegance Jewelry, the Home and Garden Show almost did the best numbers I've ever seen. And then I do all kinds of events. So, because I have a wide variety of things. So I did the Genghis Khan Gaming Convention.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, okay. And and it went really well. And I'm doing these things to make sense of me so that I can come together and live. So I had huge connections with people that have horses again, very, and I am to go, and we all knew each other. I did not know we knew each other, but we all knew each other. So I have to go see horses. And then I met the general manager, assistant general manager of the hotel, who's the most authentic, open, receiving, engaging leadership I think that I've ever met. And he was open to connecting. So we had a brief conversation, and we found we have a lot in common. And I have somebody to just had an extremely supportive, loving mother, or they were either from Jamaica or whatever, but it's just this embodiment that I did not grow up with, very opposite. So it's just this chance of becoming. I'm being published in another book. I wrote a chapter to support the depression and anxiety issues that are expanding in the teenage thing. And from all my muscle testing, even a teenager that was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, I've muscle tested people with their cell phones. I've had them turn off their cell phones, and most of the symptoms go away. Within 10 minutes, they start to go away. So a chapter on that. I have a new client.
Wow, lots going on.
And I had a big aha. And this feels like a safe place with your hearts to share this. Because I've been going, okay, so please show me. So one of the ahas, somebody said, and I think everybody here will know what it is to listen and you hear something and somehow it sticks. So as very quickly as I can, somebody on another call mentioned Mark Eaton, world-renowned, rebounder and defender in basketball. And his story, she said, was amazing. And I was supposed to go look at the story. So I go to look at the story. And it was about Wilt Chamberlain, seeing him at UCLA. And Mark Eaton used to run up and down the court, 7'4". It wasn't his rhythm. And Wilt Chamberlain told him, that's not what you're to be doing. Your job is to stay at the basket. You stay at the basket. And you block shots, you receive the ball, you send it out. And my whole body went, that's what I'm to be doing. I have been running up and down the court, and I am to stay at the basket. I'm extremely intuitive. I receive these knowings and ideas. People can ask me questions, and if they're open, I know. So to receive the ideas, which is like the basket, to then send them out to the world, and also to block those ideas that don't serve the new world from coming into being. So that was a huge aha, and how all it goes forward from there, I'm not quite sure yet.
Kim, I'm so happy you shared that, because I think personally, and you
Yes.
can give me sparkle fingers or hands if you agree that that's true for most of us. I think I love that you said that, because maybe not 100% in the same sense as it applies to you, but for a lot of us, I find that I see that with achievers a lot too, that they keep, if something's not quite working, they keep changing direction. And what that does is it gets you to not ground yourself in what you're doing and to actually reach the success, because to actually get where you're going, you need to stick to what you're doing. Yes, you can change the way you're doing it, but I see so many people changing direction 100% completely and running up and down the court, so to say, as you said, and then they never get to experience the success because they don't stick with one thing for long enough. Does that make sense?
It does. And may I don't want to use the word revise, but may I add to that?
Yes, please.
This is stemming from and then clearing away to receive the blueprint without question of who I am.
Yes.
And therefore, when we do that, then, because when you're talking about jumping and changing direction, and this is something I'm going, okay, I'm supposed to teach this. How do I do it? Is you're having a head trip. You're up here and you're trying to figure out, it's not what I call whole body living or whole body knowing. And when you're in that place of whole body living and whole body knowing, and I can drop into it, and then even it appears to me that the energy of the people on the call is shifting with me too, that it's whole body knowing and whole body living, that from that place, hi Carol, from that place, or these places, because I just sat on the couch one night a few weeks ago and said, okay, what are my gifts? Even if I don't know how I'm going to use them more, what are my gifts? What would be my natural blueprint? And so from the listening space that we derive where we're going and what we're doing. And so for some people, it could be that you're to be receiving the basketball and taking down the court, but not just running up and down the court, changing your mind.
Right.
So does that make sense then, Twin?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
And congratulations. Those are certainly amazing wins for you in the last.
Oh, and I had the honor of, oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, they're gorgeous, girl.
I look forward to holding them. And I had the honor of being able to support Kelly in a small way for her fundraiser.
Thank you so much for doing that, Kim. Awesome. What's that, Mythica? Succeed. Oh, those are more.
That's the back side of the hands.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Very
those are stunning, girl. Love them.
Wow.
Thanks for sharing. Beautiful. All right. Carol, welcome. We are sharing wins within the last week or month or whatever you had most recently. Anne, you want to share, sweetheart? Hi.
Hi, everyone. Well, I think basically getting back on the wagon was the biggest win for me, because I had a bit of an identity crisis, when like nothing was working, right? Of all the things that I believed the reason why I'm here on the planet and all. But I took myself outside and I had a good chat. And after we wrestled for a little while, I managed to, get back on the thing. So I'm happy to say my newsletter is ready in time for the month, and I'm not scrambling on the 1st or 2nd or 3rd to get it out. And it's going to be ready by today with all my 3 offers that I have ready and clearly articulated. So that feels like a win to me.
Fantastic. That is absolutely a win, darling. And I'm happy to see you smiling. I know you've been through a bit of a rough patch. So it's good to have you here. And you know, we're all here to support you. That's what these calls are all about. Okay. Wonderful. Carol, you're actually up next. You want to share your big win of the last week or last month? What comes to mind?
Well, the 14 registrants for my class is a huge win.
Oh, yeah.
I'm preparing the material for the second module, and I'm pretty excited about that. I'm wrapping my head around all of it that's coming at the same time, which I'm so excited, but I'm not stressing myself. I'm doing it through love, ease, joy, and flow. If it gets too crazy or I try to force something, I back off and I go, no, we're not using that energy to make this happen. So making it just really nice, a gentle response, love language kind of thing. So I'm really grateful.
Fantastic. We're so happy for you and congratulations. That is really wonderful. 14 registrants.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you know, at some point I want to pick your brain. Actually, let's talk about this for a second, because I think it's gonna be a learning moment for everybody. How did you bring in those 14 people?
Well, so I took your hubby's advice and just said, get out there, swing it. But I layered this. I have another mentor who had a program and it went viral. And what she did, she charged $100 and then she did a share revenue. So she did 50%. I did 25. So if somebody brought in somebody, they got $25 referral fee. And I'm leveraging that, leveraging my daughter's scholarship.
Okay, so you're leveraging the scholarship
I'm
and
leveraging
using a
scholarship.
referral.
So as of right now, the value of that we've given out is $25,200.
Fantastic, girlfriend. Awesome.
So the excitement, the enthusiasm, the pay it forward, all of that momentum is gaining the traction. And I priced the program level 1 at $19.97 or 95, something like that. And with $500 deposit. And then I doubled that one. And then for the third one, I tripled it. So that's my pricings.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a wonderful, wonderful plan. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love the referral. Let me just say, I used to do that for my KFIT program too. And that was really a cool, I gave a $50 referral fee for anybody who brought in. And my program was only $299. So it was a $300 program, but most people did both levels. So it was $600 for the weekend. And then if they brought someone in, I'd give them a $50 referral fee. And that was usually a nice incentive. Or I also did that for host locations. So I would find a location where I'm going to teach the program that are hosting the program. And then I'd let them know that for everybody they bring into my class, I give them a $50 referral fee, or they can apply it as a discount for their employees.
Sure.
So yeah, there's some great ideas to really get people engaged in what you are doing. And the scholarship is great too, because I think that really resonates with a lot of people who are struggling financially right now and want information.
Yeah. And so by doing that too, it creates that core group, because then they will be the word of mouth advertising.
Right.
And then I'm pulling in other friends of mine who are experts in their field, and they're going to be co-teaching. So anyways, so that level will be, the value will be justified in the price by what I bring to the table,
right,
as they go through it. But and for me, I'm practicing through, writing the program, the workbook and all that sort of stuff. So anyways, it's first time around, guys.
Wonderful. Now, Carol, Kim and David would like to know a little bit more. They'd like you to embellish on the scholarship, how that works.
Well, how that worked was my daughter passed away in October, and I have a non-for-profit. You don't have to have a non-for-profit to set up a scholarship. So for right now, instead of paying the full price, as we take in registrations, a portion of the registration will go towards the scholarship. So in the future, so right now I'm using funds that she already had to help cover the cost of the back end, and leaning into that. But then they feel good because of their financial challenges, and I am going to incorporate teaching the fund busting eventually, which is teaching you the 14 sentences to raise capital for an educational program, and then they can use it for mine. So that's in the works eventually. So that'll be available to them.
Right. Kim, you have a question?
Yeah, so I guess there's two angles. So you're putting a percentage of the fee that everyone is paying to go toward the scholarship fund. And then whatever is that, what, 10%, 15% if it's okay?
That'll be 10%, right? Correct.
Okay. And then does somebody apply for a scholarship?
They will eventually have the application, but for right now, for the month of February, because we're launching, and this is, so my class is 222. So for class 222, everyone's getting the scholarship.
Okay. And
I didn't make an application to it. I will have an application to it, but everyone's receiving it.
So what is the scholarship then?
$1,800. It'll be actually covering the course. They're paying $100, but it is actually going to be the $1,800.
Wow. So it actually is paying for most of the course.
So when they finish, they will be able to, be an active doula, postpartum or birth. And they will be able, so if they did 2 births, they got $1,000 a birth, they paid back their tuition. As their ROI, their return on their investment, ultimately. So their investment into the program, and they're excited. So they will find a client to,
Fantastic.
So yeah. So the higher price model, I'm going to go shoot for a whole year program. And so anyways.
Did that make sense to everybody? Fantastic. Carol, thank you very much for sharing. That was a beautiful learning moment for everybody. So because of time, I'm going to let you guys each write down your number 1 goal for the week in the chat box, please. So what is your number 1 goal for the week that you want to get completed this week? Put it in the chat box. That way we can all keep each other accountable. And also know that if you have any questions or you need any help with your goal of the week, you can reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist you if you have any questions. Wonderful. Thank you, you guys. All right. So beautiful, beautiful. Good to see Mythica. Yes. Organite, making organize. Got it. QR codes, Kim. Okay. Let me know if you need any help with that. Marketing plan and ducks in a row, and beautiful. David, what's happening for you? All right. So fantastic. So next week we will come back to those things and make sure you all custom orders, complete videos. Love it, love it, love it. We have 5 minutes left. I want to put a thought in your mind. All right. So this might be kind of a controversial idea for all of you, but I'm going to tell you that this is great. This is really worked for me. And so I want to suggest this. Get comfortable with the idea of selling before creating. And when I say this, I mean, so with my Show Up program and my Speak Up and Level Up program, this is what I did. I sold those programs both before I've even created them. Okay. And the reason I say this is because it's a really cool way to go about creating your program. Firstly, because, well, first, it's good to see whether you have an audience that's going to buy before you do all the work, right? That's number one. Number two is you have an opportunity to do market research on the actual clients, the people that bought your program. I allotted them homework before we started the program, asking inquiring questions about what they want to learn in the program. And so I tailor-made the program for them. And this way, it was a very effective program and everyone got out of it what they wanted. So any questions about this? How does that sound to you? Is that scary sounding? That scared me at first. Mythika's like, nah, that's easy. I've done it a million times. But I'll tell you what, it's great because I've experienced this, creating a program that nobody really wants to buy. So you put all the time and effort in, and there's not really a good market for it, or it's not your market, the people that are looking at you at the time. Of course, we always have the opportunity to expand beyond where we are with our target markets, but I found this very effective. Now, when we're talking about high-end education, I'm not really so much talking about that. I'm talking about more entry-level programs, things that are shorter-term programs. Mythika, go ahead.
So the biggest thing that I have found in doing this process is that people buy results, not processes.
Oh, yes.
And so if you have a process or a program that solves a problem for people don't care what the program is. They just want the problem solved. And so if you sell solutions more than you sell processes, it's easy.
Correct.
It's super easy. And if you think of it that way, then it doesn't even feel like sales. And that doesn't matter whether you're selling a product or a service. So like, for example, I make all these different pendants for different things. And somebody comes up and says, do you have trauma pendants yet? Because I need help with trauma. And I'm like, no, but I can get that for you. And now I have trauma pendants because somebody was like, I need trauma pendants. Do you have that? And somebody else was like, I have a friend who has horrible anxiety. Do you have anything for that? I said, no, but I can make that for you. And so all I'm doing is creating things that are solving problems for people. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a program or a product. So if you think of it as the solution comes first, then the process will it'll make itself known, for lack of better words.
That is exactly, thank you, Mythika. That's exactly what I'm getting at. I really wanted to put this in your heads today, kind of make it be a subliminal thought for you. Who here is in the process of creating programs? Except for Carol that we know. Yep. So everyone is in the process. Start selling it now. You don't have to wait till it's all done before you sell it. When I did the Show Up program, for instance, I launched it on Black Friday, but I didn't teach my first class till the end of January. Okay. So you can sell now for something that's 3 months or 4 months out. And that way, again, you get to see what kind of interest do you get, and then create the program accordingly to feedback that you get. You can talk to the participants. So like I said, I sent homework that was applicable to them showing up for the program. And I asked them to send back the homework at least a month before the program. I wanted everyone to get their homework back to me. So, oh my gosh, I got a horrible bruise on my hand. Like, I don't know what I did. I hit my hand on something. But does this resonate with any of you? Do you understand the point of that? Because so many times we will spend hours and hours and hours creating something, and then we start to sell it and it's not what the market wanted, or we can't get it sold. So before you do the work, sell it. It works. And then also there's a certain amount of pressure to get it done, right? So now you have a deadline. I know my first class is March 30th. I got to get my program done before that. So it's also a good accountability tool to sell your program and then create it. We all know our stuff. You know that you can create that program or that Organite or that whatever it is, product thing. Start selling, guys. Okay. Any questions about that? Yay. Well, we are out of time. That was wonderful. Make sure you celebrate your wins, everybody. Do something for yourself. I love you, and I'll see you next week, Monday.
I have one question.
Yes.
So in my calendar alert says 2:30 my time. What time do you actually start?
Oh, 1:15.
Okay, I have to
Yeah.
change it. That's
So
why I was late.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's for you, it's 2:15 till 2:45.
Okay, thanks. I'll
Okay,
change it
Carol.
for
All
next
right,
week.
honey. Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Nice
Bye,
seeing you.
everyone.
Bye. Nice to see everyone.
Love you all.